Warning: the podcast you're about to listen to may contain the following hazards: spoilers, offensive themes, bad language, and most of all, bad opinions. Please proceed with caution. Hello and welcome to the Anime Abroad podcast. Today we have a special guest that isn't a guest. Jonas is back with us.
Hey, it's been a while.
It's the return.
And yet again,
I'm glad I get to be a guest while I'm actually basically a part of the podcast already for a second time.
Yeah.
We'll
Pretty good.
reintroduce you to hell.
Oh, nice.
And
Welcome back to hell,
once
Jonas.
again, we have Ravi as well.
Hello, I'm back.
The anomaly of 3 or 4 podcasts. That's
3
incredible.
for 3 right now.
Yeah, isn't that the most podcasts you've been on in like
You must have not done that for like 2 years.
Hey.
Yeah. I didn't know that was physically possible, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed. Like, I thought you were going to be more busy now.
Yeah, I am more busy now.
Just it works out, I guess.
All
Cool.
right. I guess that works too. But yeah,
Okay.
question of the week, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
question of the week.
Yes.
So, what has been your favorite podcast that you've been on?
Who wants to start?
All right. I'm gonna start because I have a feeling I have the same one as Jared because we talked about this a bit
Yeah.
So
earlier.
you want to get it out of the
before I
way
joined.
before you can.
Exactly. I want to go before Jared so I can say it. But to be fair, I'm gonna say a different one because of that.
I mean, I've got another one too.
Oh, okay. Let's just
Oh, what a good podcast.
both do both then. Because like the one I wanted to say originally was the second part of the spring fling.
Yeah.
Because that was the most fun I've ever had recording a podcast.
Yeah.
That was.
That was
It
like,
was.
I think that was the first podcast I was actually confident in as well.
Yeah, it's like
Or
it
maybe
really
second.
it really shows as well because like I think the first part of the spring fling is a bit like I guess because like a lot of us are really I hadn't seen any shows, Brooke hadn't seen any shows, you and Kyle weren't really used to podcasting yet, so it was all a bit
I wasn't
like-
used to talking about things in proper ways, to be honest.
yeah, exactly. it's and like it really shows that part 2 is very different and that like I guess like us having seen this already is like makes it easier for example for me to also bring in stuff and
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a really fucking fun podcast.
Do you remember how
screaming
far
about
apart
Lots of screaming.
parts 1 and 2 were? Do you remember how far apart parts 1 and 2 were recorded?
I think like the day after or something.
Okay.
I like it was really
very
close to
soon,
another.
yeah.
And yeah, especially like screaming about Mayoiga for like 50 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Make me
that was
really
good.
happy.
And
I
then
don't want to spoil the end of it. I don't want to spoil like
the
who got
ending's-
anime of the season, the end, but
a good part. One of the best parts.
it was amazing. We're actually gonna talk about it on the Anime of the Year podcast, which is hopefully gonna come up soon as well.
Oh, we should have
Honestly,
a category for best podcast.
I
Of the
was
year.
listening.
Actually, we should do that.
That's a good idea. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was more thinking of like the Anime of the Season award we have for the Anime of the Year. You know which one I mean?
Pardon, sorry?
The Anime of the Season award that we have for the AOTY.
so you want to bring Moyoga back into that argument?
Oh no, it's going to be like it's going to be in lots of arguments for Anime of the Year. But there's like there's one specific award that is getting
Okay,
pretty
I know
much
the
for
one
sure
you mean.
already.
Is it the bottom one?
It's best comedy of the year.
I mean, that too.
I mean, yeah, but not the
In a
one
way,
we actually
in a
have
way.
written there.
Yeah, I mean, I give it to a different one probably because I still don't think that it's a bad show.
Yeah, I agree.
So all in all, you guys should listen to the Anime of the Year podcast or end of the year podcast whenever that comes out.
I'm so excited to record that.
No promises when. We'll try to get it as soon as we can.
Yeah.
But scheduling is
Recording.
incredibly hard.
Yeah, because I'm in Japan now. We're going to talk about that later. And like, scheduling it is a fucking bitch. So
Yeah, Cassie is 15 hours behind Jonas.
yes.
That's
And,
really
if it was
hard.
like only Cassie and like only people from America, it would be fine. But the fucking Europeans exist as well. So
Yeah, so it means like someone has to be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily tonight it's
I'm
Jared.
up at 5
How are
a.m.
you
tonight.
doing right now? How are you right doing?
I'm
Okay.
actually very awake. I'm
Oh
amazed.
wow.
I was ready to go to sleep 4 hours ago.
I'm probably more sleepy than Jared is right now. And it's only past
Probably.
12 here.
Other than that, I think the other one that I wanted to mention is Anime Abroad Podcast 37, which I think that's the one.
That's
which is
winter
the
wrap-up,
2016 wrap-up part 2.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time I really had like an insane blast talking to people. That was the first time we started my yoga memes, actually.
Winter?
that was the first time that my yoga really fucking derailed the podcast. That was fun.
And it surely wasn't the last.
Oh yeah. Yoga will forever continue being like our staple thing, I think. I'm
Whether
looking
people
forward.
like it or not.
It's funny how there was another show about trains, but the one that derails things the most is Mayoga.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
And honestly, I can't wait for my yoga to be nominated as Anime of the Year 2017.
Oh, we'll nominate it for everything.
Yeah,
Of course, we'll do it fairly. We're not
of
biased.
course.
just a spoiler.
Alright.
If Mayoga wins Anime of the Year, this podcast is officially done.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's just another reason to do that, to be honest.
Just burn it to the ground. No survivors.
I mean, like half of the podcast loves it.
Here lies the Anime Abroad podcast, full of shit taste.
And we do disclaim that every
We do.
episode.
We do.
Every episode.
All right, Ravi, do you want to continue then?
All right, sure.
Yeah, go for it. I want to hear it.
So my favorite podcast was actually, let's check the exact date. It says 1 year ago. It was February 13th, 2015. So yeah, 11 months ago, before either of you were on the podcast. It actually,
Wait, February the 13th in 2015? That's almost 2 years ago.
oh shit. Wow.
A long time. You're old.
That is a very long
Yeah,
time.
no, 2 years ago. Or
You're one of the
23
founding
months ago.
members, right?
Yeah, I mean that's actually pretty late in the podcast too.
Yeah.
I mean, Anime Bridge podcast is Anime Broad podcast is really fucking old, isn't it?
Yeah. At this point, maybe 5 years old,
Oh wow.
maybe 4.
Yeah, it feels like it feels so new because like no one ever talked about it until like
Yeah.
a year ago.
The channel itself that we have now says 2 years old. Looking exactly at the first video uploaded was July 1st, 2014. And that was after our first channel was brought down by copyright strikes.
Oh right.
Yeah,
How the
so
fuck do you get copyright strikes on podcasts?
it was because we were
Bunch of
using
angel
clips from songs from anime.
Oh, okay.
And I think we started like uploading like top 10 OPs and everything, and that was also
Oh,
a
right.
problem.
Oh, I remember this. Someone told me that. I think David at some point told me about that because he wanted to get more clicks.
No, that's exactly why we did it.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, we've been trying to shill this podcast continuously. So
One day.
my favorite podcast recording was the Anime Abridged podcast, number 1 on Ohana, done February 2 years ago, and that was me, Cassie, and Nate. And we decided we didn't want to go through like the whole like typical setup that we have for podcasts. We just wanted to talk specifically about Anohana without any like excessive fluff, and we wanted to make a serious discussion about it. And we wanted to make sure that like we didn't hold anything back, because like a lot of the time we'll like hold things back by like trying to avoid spoilers or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like we still do that. We still like discuss shows, but like don't entirely go into spoilers. Maybe we'll like say like, oh, I really liked what happened in episode 6 or whatever, but we won't like talk about the ending.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about the ending. We wanted to talk about the show as a whole, and I feel like the Anime Abridged podcast, which was a 2-time thing and probably won't be coming back, was one of the opportunities that we had to do that. And I think that was that was the second to last podcast that Nate was actually on. So like,
Oh wow.
yeah. And
Oh my God.
that was like a one-off thing too. Like he wasn't on very much at that time either. So
Alright.
getting him and Cassie together, because Cassie convinced me and Nate to watch Anohana, and we both loved it. 10 out of 10 from everybody. That
Nice.
like it was going to be worthless to review it as we do it on the normal podcast, because giving it the 3 hours would be stupid. We're all going to rewatch it. We're all going to recommend
Yeah.
it. We're all going to rate it a 10 out of 10. Doing that is superficial and worthless. When you all love the show, we wanted to actually go into depth and actually like fully nerd out hardcore on this show. So we just took like 25 minutes and did that. And honestly, it was one of the most fun podcasts I had been a part of, because like it was just fun to get all that out and talk about a show that we really love and that we wanted more people to see.
I think that's a really good idea. I mean, just having an episode only about one show means that you don't have to dodge around it, as you say.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Grizzaya episode we were gonna do sometime.
Yeah, one day.
originally this podcast was all about like one show things. We would all like pick one show that we had all seen or like would see together, and then make one episode about that show and that show only. Like if you look back, the first episode is about Madoka. Second one is about Another. Third one is about Dead Man Wonderland. After that, like it just became so difficult to schedule and to like get new shows and like shows that we'd all seen or all wanted to watch,
Yeah.
because we all like actually developed like very different tastes. Dave is like much more about action. I'm more about like
Yeah.
I don't even know what I like, but comfy, I guess. Yeah. Nate likes like moe shit.
Not in a bad way, of course.
Yeah, no. I mean, I love half the shit Nate watches too, but come on. At some point, we had like someone who was super into mecha anime. That didn't really pan out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just so difficult to schedule around that and to like make that a priority. And once like we realized that seasonal anime, not many of us watched seasonal anime at the time. So actually getting into seasonal anime and like following it and realizing that, yeah, maybe following seasonal anime and making a podcast about that isn't such a bad idea. And I know that like we've recently gotten more and more people who want us to do like a specific show about a specific show in one podcast. But it just like panned out that like this was the most convenient way, and that's how we just like were able to keep talking about anime. But I
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
want
I
to
think-
see that happen again.
I
Yeah.
think something like that is something we could do. Again, it's just like relatively hard to schedule.
Right?
around,
No,
as you
that's
said.
exactly it.
And Yeah. I mean, I would like to do it. I would like to see it be done. I'm not sure if I'd actually be part of it, considering like I'm relatively bad at watching anime if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really have. If
You
I have
are.
to force myself to watch something, then I won't enjoy it. So I don't necessarily like that.
Another thing
Like, I
was
probably wouldn't be part of it, but
that, like, at the time, we were all relatively inexperienced in watching anime. Like, we had not watched that many shows. I think the most that any of us had watched was like maybe 20 anime.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so
wow.
like there wasn't a very big pool to choose from the anime that we'd all seen. So like
Yeah.
like the one show that like happened to be it was like Madoka, and then we all watched another, and then Dead Man Wonderland. Somehow those three shows aligned to fit, but in general, like we all were introduced to anime in such different ways.
But yeah, I would actually be interested in bringing something like the anime bridged
Yeah.
back,
People-
like something like a
people have
really
shown interest
short,
in
just like something like a really short format for anime abroad.
Right, and that
Like in case we don't have much time or something, just like find a really quick topic and just talk about it for like 20, 30
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah.
That's it.
On a side note, I love that picture that I used for the Anime Abridged podcast.
Oh, the train.
And like, yeah, and like the train picture itself is beautiful, and like the font and everything and the crossing out that I used, I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. No shame.
Yeah, that one really is cool. I mean, if I
nice.
have to say anything about this stuff, I think our backgrounds in general are good.
yeah,
you
they're
can
nice.
you can blame me for that one.
Aw. Good job.
I mostly
Good
found
job,
them
good
on
job.
4chan and Reddit, so luckily we actually have permission to use one of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks to
Thanks
Jonas.
for that, Jonas.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm.
That was a really weird thing, but
I felt bad
I'm
when
glad-
we stopped
I'm glad
using
the
it for the
artist agreed.
thumbnails.
yeah.
We still
But
use it during
we still
the
use it
video,
in the
so it's
background.
fine.
So yeah,
Mm.
it's really easy for me to edit. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
It's a really cool picture as well. So
It really
it's
is.
actually-
I forget who
Did you know
made
it's
the
actually like the? Do you know it's actually like the middle part? I think of like a 3-part painting or something.
Is it?
It's actually like
really?
there's two more parts of it. If you image search it, it's the original picture. There's it's a 3-part thing, and it like as a whole it looks even better almost. I actually really like it. You should look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I'll
should
try to remember to do that.
find the guy's Flickr, or what was it Pixiv again?
I found his Pixif, I think, and then I messaged him on Twitter. Yeah.
That's cool.
He was really nice about it.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
really, really nice. He follows me as well.
Oh, nice. Even better.
I don't think he follows the Anime
Podcast.
Abroad podcast though.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
yeah.
He should. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Uh,
On to our topic.
Jared.
No.
No, you haven't answered the
Oh,
question
okay.
yet.
So I have the same one as you, and
Mhm.
there was another one which has actually never seen the light of day, because I think it's the only one I've been on with David.
Aw.
Because
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, you came on after David.
I remember
was
this
gone.
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was his replacement.
You and Kyle both.
Yeah, half and half.
Yeah, David's that fat.
Mhm.
But yeah, David wouldn't let us release it because he felt really bad about how it went. Because
David has such high standards for this podcast.
the thing is, he was drunk.
Oh yeah.
Actually, all 4 of us were drinking at the least. So Kyle still wants to release it as like
And
a reanimate or something,
Yeah.
which we
I
could
mean-
do if we still have it. Which I'm
That,
not
that
sure
was the
if we
thing.
do or not.
Like, we used to do that all the time. Like, they would just drink and record, and if it didn't turn out well, it would just be a reanimate.
That's fair. fair.
I
We
mean,
should probably
sure,
do
why
that.
not?
I'll ask Cassie and David
I think
about
the
that later.
problem was that Dave didn't want to give you guys the audio, like his own audio.
Yeah, but Cassie recorded it on her computer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Although she
Oh,
might
yeah,
have
I
deleted
remember.
it. So
So
we'll
she hasn't.
find out. I'll check. I'll check.
So yeah, shall we actually go into the topic then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about time.
Okay. I mean, we did waste more, well, not waste, but we did take more time with the question of the week than usual. And to be fair, usually it does go out to like 20 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, no,
It's been
that's
too long
pretty
since I've
normal.
done this. So yeah.
So, how'd you end up in Japan?
Yeah, what are you doing there?
I flew here. I flew here actually.
Well, I was
so yeah,
surprised that you didn't swim there.
I just walked through all of Russia. Mailed Putin for permissions, and he said, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
He's like, as long as you do this one thing for me, get me all of
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's emails.
You mean he didn't want anything from Comiket?
that was. I think I saw Putin porn in Comiket.
Ah, nice.
Maybe I should have gotten him that. Good old lad.
Jesus. That's crazy.
Comiket was insane, but yeah, more about that later. What I'm doing is basically I'm doing work and travel, which means I'm living in Japan for a year. I found work, and through work I finance kind of like living here and traveling around the country. And I have like an organization, I think it's an American organization actually that has a base in Germany, that supports me on this, kind of.
What's their name?
Okay.
They were the. Sorry?
What's the name of the organization?
Oh, AIFS. That's what they're called.
Did you just say ISIS?
AIFS, I think.
Yeah, AIFS.
Okay.
Here it is.
And they found me like a place to stay here. They would organize a lot of the stuff, and then I flew out here, and now I live in a share house. My roommate is actually in the room with me right now.
Nice.
and yeah. So
And he say hello.
I don't think he hears me. He has headphones in his
Oh, okay.
watching Naruto.
Oh, okay. Which episode?
I have no idea which episode it is. I don't know Naruto much, so
Damn.
can't really tell. Sorry.
Tell him to watch Hunter x Hunter.
I'll tell you that later. All right. Yeah. What am I supposed to talk about here now?
Well, I remember right after you arrived.
Mhm.
I think it was like at the airport. Did you not get caught by some TV
Oh,
station or
yeah,
something?
It was. That actually happened to me another time later.
Okay.
Again, I like right when I arrived, like half an hour later, because I had to wait at the airport for relatively long.
Okay.
I was interviewed by a TV station. They were asking me about like why I was in Japan and all that stuff, and what I was doing here and how I liked it so far, like having been there.
It's a very nice airport. Very
I love it.
Yeah. And a bit later, I think in Harajuku or in Shibuya. I think it was Shibuya actually. There was TV station. There was TV people again that stopped me, and they wanted me to give me their opinion, give me my opinion on casinos and what I thought of casinos and how casinos were regulated outside of Japan. And it's like, what? Okay, I don't know much about casinos. I've never been in one,
Yeah.
but okay.
I've seen some movies.
Casino
most of
Royale
what you
wasn't
have
that
to
bad.
Yeah.
I was actually a friend of mine over Twitter told me later I should have told them about Kaiji, told them to watch it. But yeah, that was really weird, and like I've never been interviewed in Germany before.
Yeah.
So coming here and having been interviewed twice within like a week or something was really odd. But I guess it makes sense. I'm the only white,
You
basically the
stand
only
out.
white person here.
How is that, by the way?
It's a very weird feeling.
Do you get a lot of
'cause
stares?
from time to time? Yeah, like there's like people will inevitably look at me more than and others, of course, because I stick out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets really awkward at points. Like I'm not very good with people staring at me. I don't like it a lot.
Yeah, I know what
So
you mean.
it's a lot of times it's very uncomfortable, I guess. But I guess I've kind of gotten used to it over time. It's not really as bad as it was at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was especially bad at Comiket actually because I went to Comiket in a skirt
Oh.
because I felt like it. And walking through, I walked to Comiket because I didn't want to take the train, so it was like an hour of walking. And the way there was, the first time I did it was super weird because like you get people looking at me from everywhere because like there's a white guy walking in a skirt and tights over there. What the fuck's going on? But yeah, it was fun. Actually, like that's kind of like where I got used to it. So
Okay.
And just
That's
like
pretty good.
thrown into like the most extreme situation.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
exactly.
A black sheep.
Just that black sheep is actually white.
Yeah.
I think that's just a regular sheep.
It's true. Oh well. Oh, I think I see now what episode of Naruto that is. Do you know like the part? Sorry, the part where Kakashi walks up the tree
What?
and like to show them like
tree?
Is that like
yeah,
an early
he
one?
like puts all of his chakra into his feet and walks up the tree
What?
to show like to show like Naruto. It's like one of the first episodes.
Oh, okay.
It's like episode 6 or
That's
something.
some
I guess.
strong.
That's the one where
core
he
muscles.
tries to get Naruto to walk upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm glad I've read the manga now. I finally remember things.
I think I have 50 chapters left.
I've read 400 of it, I think. Or not 300.
I think
Something like that.
I
Never
I
continued.
I stopped like half a year before the manga itself actually ended.
Oh, okay.
I should
Yeah,
finish
I need
that.
to. I need to continue at some point, but that's Naruto.
I've literally
I'm
never
not-
seen or read.
I don't know if
any.
it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm also not sure if it's worth it. It's like kind of like I don't mind it.
Yeah,
it's also
it just
not
gets
extremely
so
great.
convoluted and yeah.
Yeah, it has some cool parts, but a lot of it is just like, yeah.
I hear.
Okay, it's.
I hear Hunter x Hunter is quite good.
I've heard so as well a bunch of times.
Oh,
My
that's-
roommate
that's
loves
good to
Hunter
hear.
x Hunter. He watches it like I think in the past year he's watched it like 4 times.
What? Holy shit!
I think that's more episodes than I've watched the entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even watch anime that much.
Oh, nice. At least he picked a good one.
Oh,
Tell him to watch Shoka. Maybe he's just like
oh,
me.
I actually when I went to New York Comic Con, I think I stopped by one of the I think it was the Funimation booth, and they had like this little like I don't know small square like thing with Hunter x Hunter on it, and I was like, yeah, I'll give this to him, and he like put it on his
Nice.
desk.
nice.
Just a cube with Hunter x Hunter on it.
It was just like small like I think 6-inch
Okay.
by 6-inch thing.
Okay, fair enough.
So Jonas, back to being stared at.
Comiket. What did you
alright,
get
let's talk about
at
Comic
Comiket? Your haul.
List
Do I have
What
to
did
list
you
all
get
of
me
it?
at Comiket?
I didn't get you anything. You should have told me to get you anything.
I-
What I got at Comiket is mainly cat animation stuff. Really, I think
Yeah.
about half of what I paid was at the Koani booth because I
There was
got like
nice stuff.
oh, it was so good.
So nice.
It's I mainly got like a lot of keyframe books, a lot of like I got the storyboard for the Hibakeophonium ending, which is amazing.
Oh,
Because Fujita's storyboards are so adorable.
okay.
Holy shit.
She's somewhat newish, yeah?
Yeah, Fujita is relatively new. She's like the up and coming star KyoAni.
Yeah.
She's like, she did the episode 8 of season 1 actually, under like a lot of influence of Yamada, but she did that. And she did like the first half of the second half of the first episode. And like some of the really good episodes in UFOs are Fujita, and she's like, she's getting better and better. So yeah.
Oh,
and
so good.
Other than that, I got postcards. I got more art books. Like a lot of art books from artists I don't even know, but they looked nice, so I bought them.
Any ones you do know?
I got the art book for Yutaka Nakamura.
Oh, I wondered if you got that because I saw your tweet to Callum.
Yeah, I got like one for him and one for myself.
That's
and
amazing.
It was really fucking
That's
cool.
like the best thing you could ever buy him.
Yeah, it's
signed.
So good. But yeah, Comiket was kind of amazing, honestly. It's I did twice. What I did twice is I did the entire experience of like actually waking up at like, I think I woke up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
Got ready as fast as possible and walked there immediately. Like to be there before even the first train arrives.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds cool.
And it actually like it sounds really painful and whatnot, but it actually made the entire thing even better. Because like what was really cool is on the first day I halfway to there I saw another white guy. He was American. And I just followed him because I assumed, okay, he's white, he has to go to Comiket. If he's up now, he has to go to Comiket. It was pretty close to the venue.
That must be so
already
weird
as well,
for anybody looking on. It's like, oh wow, a white guy. I've never seen one of those before. Holy shit!
Whoa, another one.
Another one.
I know, right? But I followed him because I just kind of figured, okay, he's probably going to Comiket.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be true.
Probably not going to be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
If not.
And so I pretty much lined up directly behind him, and we started talking over time, and we kind of like we became friends over Comiket. So like the actual we waited, we got there at 5 a.m. And Comiket opens at 10.
Jesus Christ.
So we waited for 5 hours.
I wondered if you were going to say 10.
And
did you like sleep or what?
No, the thing is, the lines like it's superhuman actually. Because like the only problem is it's cold. But you can sit down and everything. Like you can leave the line and no one's going to take your spot, that would never work in any
That
other.
would not happen.
No.
In Germany or in America or wherever. Like if you leave your line, it's gone.
Yeah.
Done. But you can actually like go to the toilet. You can go to like a bunch of stands that are there where you can buy food, not JoJo stands. Wow. And so that was really, really fucking cool. I didn't expect that to be honest. I expected to be standing there for the next 5 hours or something. But it was actually really comfortable. I had my PS Vita on me, so I could play some. I had a book on me, so I was reading some. I had my phone, of course, plus a charger and whatnot. So everything was fine. And then getting in there was really fucking weird. Because Comiket is obviously gigantic.
Yeah, it's huge.
I think... I'm not sure. I went to meet up with a friend after Comiket that went there as well. And he said he has been to Anime Expo. So if any of you have been to Anime Expo, apparently Anime Expo, Comiket is 3 times the people of Anime Expo and like half the size of Anime Expo.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That sounds like Japan.
And yeah, it is amazing. And like, so first of all, like getting anywhere is really hard because you have to fight your way through crowds. And then the entire thing is structured really complicated. So I lined at the wrong line to get to KyoAni as fast as possible. And I had to walk through the entire complex and lost my way on the way. And it took me like half an hour to actually get to the line for KyoAni. So by that point, the line was so long I had to wait for another 2 hours in line.
Oh my god.
So I got to Kyoani booth at like 1 or something. Actually, no, at like 12.
Is that the first place you went?
That was the first place I went to.
Holy shit!
Oh wow!
Because I had to get like
after.
yeah, because I had to get like a lot of stuff for friends and for myself, and I didn't want to be sold out.
Yeah.
And by the time I got there, I think 3 things were sold out already.
Wow.
Gee.
So yeah, it was quite insane.
Working at a stall at Comiket.
Sorry?
Working at a stall like that's selling things.
I
It
wouldn't
must
want
be
to.
a
Sounds
horrific
terrifying.
experience.
It sounds terrifying. So I think like if you're like a small artist or something, it's fine because like people are not gonna look at you much. You get to talk to people or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that sounds cool.
That sounds cool.
But like at one of the big like company booths or whatnot, that sounds genuinely painful.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I got to Kyoani. I bought the stuff that I wanted. I think I left like 400 euros. Actually, no, 300 euros in my first day.
Wow.
Just at Kyoani.
Where's
Wow.
A lot of that for a friend though. So
Is that Megax?
yeah, Megax. So yeah, it was 100% worth it though. Like I think like it always. I'm pretty sure waiting 7 hours makes it sound like it was absolute hell. But I think that actually only made it better. Because like, unless you obviously can't stand any of that or can't stand crowds or anything, then Comiket is not for you for sure. But
It's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
exactly.
The atmosphere, I imagine.
Yeah, getting to the Kyoani booth and buying things there was so fucking satisfying.
Yeah, it's
I don't think
difficult.
spending money has ever felt that good. Yeah, it is. It's difficult to get there. So
you have to
actually getting
reward
there
yourself
is
when you get
super
there.
fulfilling. So yeah, I was really happy with that. And otherwise, yeah, Comiket otherwise was really cool as well. Like I pretty much went home after Kyoani for the first day because I was so exhausted. And I came relatively late for the second day, which I was surprised at how fast a lot of the booths closed. Because I came at 1, I think, and Comiket ends at 4, and about half of, like, I think about half it was, but half of the sellers were already gone.
Oh,
Or at least packing
Is that
already.
because of like their inventory being sold out already, or?
I'm guessing. I'm not sure, honestly. I think a lot of them just don't want to anymore, maybe. Or like they really are sold out already.
Mm-hmm.
I've honestly no idea. But I went to look around for a bit and it was actually really fun because there's a lot of really cool art at Comiket, obviously, because it's main Comiket, although at the first day I mainly went to company booths. Comiket still is 100, like to 90 or 80%. It's about fan-made stuff and about
it's dojo.
yeah, exactly. And looking through those things was actually incredibly fun. It wasn't just as satisfying as Kyoani, but it was really nice and just really chill actually.
Yeah.
To just like look around for a bit, look through different art books, go to the next one.
Them.
Yeah, exactly. I met Yutaka Nakamura and got to talk to him. Hello.
Oh.
That is
Nice.
so fucking cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I didn't talk to him much because I was too nervous, but
Yeah.
still.
Die fun.
was really fun.
Hopefully not.
But yeah, that was Comiket. Comiket was incredible.
It sounds
I've-
terrifying.
It probably.
I don't think I'd want to
it
go on
is
my own.
definitely terrifying.
But at the same time, if you go with someone else, you'll probably get split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went alone actually.
Yeah.
So it honestly was completely fine. What I did mainly was I went on my own. I'd meet up with someone. Like I'd meet her. Like I met the guy on the first day, and we went to Q together on the third day as well.
Okay.
So like during the queue time, you want to be together. And afterwards splitting up isn't a big deal because like you'll have different stuff to look at anyway. Because like
Yeah.
I did the mistake of not preparing for Comiket.
Like organizing what you wanted to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, there's like a lot. Of course, all the big artists are coming to Comiket because that's where they sell their stuff for the most part. And what a friend of mine had was he had a big plan of like what he would do and what he had to get for friends. It was just really little for himself and a lot for friends.
Okay.
So so I helped him out in trying to get all that stuff. And again, like it almost felt like I was just kind of like working my way through Comiket instead of like having fun or whatnot. But it actually, like that in itself was extremely cool in a way. Like this organized, trying to get through things as fast as possible, trying to get into lines as fast as possible to
efficiently.
actually not have to wait 2 hours
Yeah.
for like a single artist.
I'll be honest, that doesn't sound fun in the slightest.
I know it doesn't, but it is. It really is. And
Is it
it's hard to
constantly
make
moving?
Comiket sound cool, honest.
Are the crowds
Sorry?
constantly moving? Like the lines for things
Yeah.
and
Lines are relatively... Okay, I need to explain lines really quick, because Comiket lines are very different from like usual, because you can't have one long ass line just stand around anywhere, because obviously they're going to get in the way, and Comiket needs to be constantly flowing so people can actually get through things, because otherwise the whole thing just turns into a fucking mess.
Yeah.
So what's really cool about Comiket is how well organized it is, which honestly really surprised me, because something like Comiket, I don't think a lot of other countries could pull off. I think a lot of like China or something could maybe, but like in something like America or Germany or like those kind of like the Western countries in general, people don't care as much about adherence to rules, I guess. Which makes it all a whole lot messier. If it like Comiket was an organized mess in a way. Everything felt really messy, but at the same time there was an obvious organization to it. Lines would always be split up into like a bunch of like several parts. So you would be instructed by someone that was only working with this line for the entire day, when you could actually move forward, when you could go to the next parts of the line, etc.
Wow.
So the lines were actually like it always was like 10 people, and then the line would continue somewhere else, and 10 like more than 10 people, but yeah, the line would continue somewhere else, and people would come from there through instructions, and you would only move forward through instructions. And it sounds complicated and whatnot, but it was really well organized. So yeah.
Yeah, the
it's pretty
logistics of
interesting.
like organizing conventions sounds like a nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it probably is.
Especially in like such a
Japan
crowded
sounds
space.
like one of the better places for it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely go again, by the way. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to go in summer, because like
Oh, so
summer is
hot.
really humid. It's so hot and it's so humid, and yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
Mm.
How cold was it, by the way?
It was really cold at the start, like at 5 a.m. or something. It was really fucking cold. Especially if you go there in a skirt. But it was really cool. And over time it just gets really nice, and inside it's very good actually.
Okay. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of body heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of body
Sure
odor.
is.
The aircon.
Like when you actually line and people are all around you, it's actually quite alright, because like everyone around you is
Equally
Yeah.
spaced
Yeah.
out.
Then just leaving the line and getting something to drink or something is relatively cold, but you can buy coffees and stuff. So
Wait, so like once you were in Comiket, could you also leave the lines to like go get drinks or?
oh yeah, sure. Like the Comiket entry is free,
Okay.
so you don't actually need to pay to get in.
No,
or
I
whatnot.
mean like
The
once
only
you were
reason why
on the
people
line for like say the KyoAni booth,
Mhm.
could you
Oh, and
then like
The booth line wasn't. I don't think that was the same, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
sure
imagine.
though, but
Yeah, no, that's what.
It'd be too
Yeah.
hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
yeah, because like that's a constantly moving line.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The comic light line, and up until like 9 a.m., the line doesn't move at all. At 9 a.m., people are like slowly being brought closer to the actual venue because you sit relatively far away from it, and that's where the line like starts picking up and you start moving actually, and you start having to stand, and then you can't leave the line anymore. But while you're waiting and sitting, you can absolutely. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds scary, but I do want to go.
You should really go. We should go together sometime because like it was genuinely incredible. It was an
Just
amazing
like,
experience.
as like a
Yeah.
human experience, that sounds completely unreal.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real, honestly.
How many people is it again, roughly? Do you know?
I'm gonna Google it really quick.
Yeah.
So it says 600,000 for 4 years ago.
That's insane. Wait, is that over 3 days?
Maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many years.
Yeah, it's over 3 days.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I can imagine that being the case, though.
There must be a lot more people on the first day, I'd imagine, though.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no.
Maybe not a
there's,
lot more, but
The thing is, like companies and all everyone like the fan made booths change every day.
oh right.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't actually have. So you usually line for the day where everything that interests you is coming. Like for example, I think the second day was mainly BL and everything.
Oh. Okay.
So that was the day when I didn't come early. And the company booths restock every day. So every day you can line as early as possible and try to get stuff.
Ah,
So yeah, I think that's a really
that's
good
cool. Yeah.
concept actually, because the people that can't go in the first day or whatnot can actually still get stuff then if
Yeah.
they line early enough. So it's really good. As I said, it's a really, really well organized
Yeah. It really.
con. I mean, it's
sounds
been going for how long now? It's been going for almost 50 years now, after all.
That's insane.
Comiket is incredibly old. So yeah.
Cool. The dream.
Oh, it was a fucking dream, man. But yeah, honestly, that's Japan in general, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes it still doesn't feel real that I'm actually here. It's so weird.
You've only been in Tokyo so far, yeah?
Yeah, I've only been in Tokyo so far. Like the furthest I've gone out of Tokyo is for Jump Festa, which is in Chiba. So yeah,
Okay.
It's just like a bit outside of Tokyo. And it's not like I've seen anything there. I just saw the Jump Festa venue. That's about it.
Do you know where you plan to go next?
I don't know actually. I'm having a bit of trouble deciding right now because like I have like first of all I'll have to move in about half a month, and I don't have a place to live yet because the last place I was gonna move. I got a mail yesterday that they don't take people anymore.
All right.
So I'll have to find a new one, which shouldn't be too much of a problem really. There's enough free share houses, not free but like unreserved
Yeah.
share houses here. So.
Honestly, moving around in Japan sounds so much less stressful than moving around here.
I mean, it's probably only because I'm going to move to a share house, and share houses they exist. There's so many of them in Tokyo. It's alright. It's completely fine. Just have to find one that somewhat suits me. But yeah.
Oh.
I'm also curious about Akiba. 'Cause a couple of days ago,
Okay.
when I typed Jonas went to Akiba to get a cable, it was
Yeah.
weird. I've never done that. I never expected to write that, like, seriously.
I mean, I went to it's really cool because Akiba is not really the anime place for me. I have a different place for that. I'm going to talk about that in a bit.
Kyoto?
Akiba to me is mainly just like the place where I get my electronics, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Akiba is obviously I went to Akiba like the second day I was in Japan, and it was absolutely insane. I come from a village that has 1,000 inhabitants. I've once in my life been into a city that somewhat compares to Tokyo in Shanghai.
Okay.
But it's still a different experience, a very different one. So coming to Tokyo and going to Akiba, having anime literally everywhere around me, on giant posters, on buildings. I have a Keijo fucking ad on like one of the biggest buildings in fucking Akiba. I get out of the fucking metro, and the first thing I see is a giant bookstore with that Keijo ad on it. It's overwhelming.
I mean, compared to like the West, where you do not see anime very often.
Yeah.
Like
nothing even close to it.
Yeah,
not
like,
even games so early.
Yeah. I think like I live where my parents are is like a pretty Asian dominated area, mostly Chinese immigrants, some Korean immigrants. But like those people like they the kids that I like went to school with who were Asian were very heavy into anime. So like there were pockets in their like Chinese stores or wherever where like they could find Japanese like merchandise. And that's just not very common like outside of those pockets. But it's growing slowly. I actually walked by a store called Anime Central, like near where I go for my like eye doctor appointments or whatever. And so it's like it's growing more accepted, but it's never going to be like to that extreme where it's like literally part of culture.
Yeah, it is. Like I knew what to expect when I went to Akiba for the first time. It was pretty obvious. Like everyone knows Akiba.
Yeah, Akiba is very famous.
Actually, going there is still amazing. Honestly, like the first time I went to Akiba, I didn't go into a single shop because I was just too busy, just looking around, seeing what the fuck is going on.
Like a door.
Like, there's so many people walking around. Yeah, there's so many people walking around you as well. And it's like, I'm not used to this. What the hell?
Yeah.
I come. The village I live in has 1,000 inhabitants. What the fuck is
probably
this?
Similar for me.
Akiba has more inhabitants. Is bigger than the village I live in.
this one street even probably has like more people.
Actually, my street, the street I live on, probably has more people living on it.
Probably. It's absolutely insane. So. Yeah, Akiba's really cool though. It's not my go-to though for anime. It's my go-to for stuff like going to a book off or something. Like it has a really huge book off. Book off is basically buying used everything. It's where I get my anime Blu-rays mainly.
Oh right.
Because I'm too fucking poor to buy actual like the proper releases.
Understandable.
It's where I get books and stuff as well. Like not every book. But a lot of manga, for example, because I've been buying Japanese manga.
Yeah.
And they're really cheap there. Not as cheap as another place, but I'm going to talk about that in a second, as I said.
Not as cheap as the internet.
Okay. Please, Ravi.
So
please. We don't do that here.
We don't pirate on this.
Oh.
Welcome to the Anime Abroad podcast.
We only read free manga. We only read free manga on Crunchyroll. check out crunchyroll.com/animeabroad.
/animeabroad.
If only that existed. Yeah. I should hit up Miles on that.
Yeah, same. I've met him in real life.
I want to meet him in real life. Miles is such an awesome
really
person.
nice.
Yeah, he does so much for the community as well. It's actually amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
He's one of the coolest people I know on Twitter. So yeah,
he was
just
as nice as I expected when I met him.
I want to meet her sometime. But yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Forgot.
Where you go to
manga
actually
cheap.
Get.
Oh yeah, exactly. I go to book off there from time to time. and do some stuff in Akiba, but I don't go there very often, in all honesty.
Yeah.
And instead what I do, like I've been to Ikebukuro once, Otome Road, if that tells you something. It's like where a lot of the Fujoshi merchandise is, and it's like another huge anime street. But the main thing for me, the one I like the most actually, is Nakano. Nakano has Nakano Broadway, and it's a pretty general mall actually. It has pretty much everything that you'd expect from a normal mall. Like it has food stalls, it has clothes, it has beauty shops, it has whatnot. It has pretty much everything. And then if you go upstairs, it's 3 floors full of anime stuff.
Oh,
See,
damn.
that's
And full of anime shops.
That's exactly it. Like it's so part of culture there. Like you'll
exactly.
see like the malls I go to here. There's a Disney store, there's a Lego store, etc. But like that's it. Like one Disney store.
And we don't even have those like
neither do we.
very frequently at all where I am.
I mean, like I live in a big city, so like the like major tourist areas will have those kinds of things. But like even so, you're not going to see like 3 stores in a row dedicated to animation. You'll see one isolated store about it that will have some people going into it, and it's mostly about like movies rather than like TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like in Japan, it's so overwhelming, really, because like Nakano is dominated by Mandarake. If you don't know Mandarake is selling again used things mainly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like next to Book Off. I'm not sure if it's bigger than Book Off, but it might be. And Nakano is where Mandarake dominates, because I'm pretty sure like half the stores in Nakano Broadway are actually Mandarake. And they have absolutely everything. It's you can look around from manga for 100 yen up to 300 yen, which is nothing.
That's nothing.
I've bought
pocket change.
I've bought
that's
I've
less
bought
than
6
one
volumes
issue of a comic costs here.
Yeah, I've bought 600. I've bought 6 or 7 volumes of Baby Steps for like I think 1,500 or so yen, and that's the more expensive manga. That's the expensive ones.
That's crazy.
Because like they're relatively new. You can get like at Book Off. You can get I can get like AKB 49, which is what I'm reading right now. The first 15 volumes for the same price probably.
That's crazy.
That is incredible. It is
not much more than 1 costs here.
Yeah, it is actually incredible, and
I guess part of it has to be like just how oversaturated the Japanese market is with all that manga. Like
maybe
manga,
I don't know.
Manga in general
like,
is a lot cheaper over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Right,
I think.
So it's just
new
like
manga.
so much more common. But
yeah,
like over
absolutely.
here, it's like a
even
niche
mainstream.
market, so it's like so much more expensive to buy that kind of stuff.
Also translated.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, translated.
Yeah. Also buying the licenses and everything.
Right.
It's really like getting like you can't blame American or like Western companies in general for having it be expensive. And the manga here I think is also printed on like a lot cheaper paper because the paper is not very high quality, if I'm honest. Especially if you buy magazines. Magazines are really low quality.
Okay.
But usually you only read you just stand in a combini or something and read magazines.
Yeah, you don't collect them.
Yeah, you don't really collect them. Collecting them would be a fucking pain. But yeah,
I actually have a manga volume. I'm gonna get that one sec. Keep talking.
All right. Yeah, but Mandarake. Mandarake is pretty much everything. You can go from manga for like really cheap. You can go for CDs for like extremely cheap. This wasn't a Mandarake, but I got the first volume of I think unused as well, like not used. I got the first volume of Yuri Kuma Arashi, which is like Yuri, like lesbian bear storm or something.
Yuri
English?
Kimarashi.
Yeah, Yuri Kuma. I got the first volume for that for 100 yen. I got not manga, the Blu-ray, by the way. Like it is absolutely insane how many good things you can get there for surprisingly cheap. I went to Matt from RC Anime, and
My
another
boy.
friend of ours, Adam. Yeah, I went with them to Mandarake, and there's like a specific Mandarake store at the top of the entire thing that sells a lot of art books and like a lot of production stuff.
Oh,
And we found, and there they have storyboards, the entire storyboards for like 3 or 4 Hosoda movies for like half of the Girls in Panzer series, half like something else was there. Carnival Phantasm storyboards. They have
alright.
they have entire art book collections from Oki Magica. They have I found a fucking Mayoiga fan book.
What?
Like holy shit!
So did you
They
buy
have
it?
everything in Mandarake, and like shopping. I bought a signed illustration. I forgot what they're called again for euphonium for like 1,000 yen or something, and it's the things you find in Nakano are incredible.
I'm going there.
Yeah, you absolutely should. It's amazing. I love Nakano so much. Like I had a friend of mine introduce me to it, and ever since like I've been going there like at least once a week. So yeah, it's a good place.
Oh, yeah. Sounds fun. Sounds fun.
So is that where you plan
I'm
on
glad I'm
living
saving
for the
up
rest
money.
of your life?
Yeah, the thing is like you don't even need to save up money. It's so cheap.
No, but you gotta get there. That's the expensive part.
All right, that's a good point.
This is the
That's so
really
cheap for me,
expensive
though.
part.
But yeah, Japan is seriously awesome. Just in this already.
Yeah.
Like
I would love to travel around and see different
Yeah.
parts, different times of year.
I'm so happy I get to be here like for the entire year because I get to see so much, honestly. Like right, what I'm doing right now basically is I've decided that for like the first few months I want to live in Japan. Don't want to be like a tourist. I want to live here.
Mhm.
As like I want to experience what life in Tokyo is like. I guess. I mean, I'm not going to be like the typical salary man, of course, but I'm going to be like one of many people that lives here and works here and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted to do, and it's a really surreal experience still to me. Like, I went to watch Koi no Katashi just a few days ago, which is
Again.
an incredibly good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the
it's
second time.
very good.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
kind of masterful.
kind of a bit of a masterpiece. Maybe my favorite movie of all time.
Maybe the same for me. Maybe.
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure if it's better than Tamako Lost Story, but they're both pretty good.
So like 6
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Above average.
like just going to the station at 8 a.m. and seeing the insanely overfilled trains
Yeah.
was already in itself unreal. It's like one of those moments when you're just like, oh fuck, I'm in
This
Japan.
is real.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, prepare to get groped.
Yeah, a friend of mine, I have like a bunch of people here talked about this actually before, and a male friend of mine got grabbed once because people thought he was a girl.
Damn.
So yeah, that's actually that's like some of the not so nice parts of Japan because like
Yeah.
there's
so
some parts
weird.
that have made me really uncomfortable. I'm not like it's this very. Sexuality is such a weird topic in Japan
Yeah.
because, like,
Seems
for
like
once,
it.
it's obviously relatively taboo to specifically talk about sexuality. But it's still like it comes through in so many ways still, I guess, because like just like talking to people about idols, because like I was asked by a coworker of mine who is at the very least like 30 years older than me, if not more, probably more even, whether I like idols. And when I said no, I'm not really interested in them, I was asked if I'm not interested in girls. Like I'm not sure if that was a joke or whatnot. I didn't really pick up. I didn't pick up on it, but that kind of stuff is very. It's very like it's very obvious that in Japan, you kind of have to go like the specific way, and that's one of the things that has made me a bit uncomfortable here because I don't like that. I'm not one that I don't want to go a specific way. It's just like, yeah, it's like all the people I've talked to that are have pretty much studied economics, which was like, wow, okay. You meet one of those, like you barely ever like you meet one of those, like they're not rare in Germany, but they're not. It's not every single fucking person. No. It's really weird. Like it's. A bunch of the stereotypes that you have for Japan really do come through here. They, obviously, they're oftentimes exaggerated and everything because that's what stereotypes are.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of stuff that really does ring true in some sense, and it's a bit weird to see that be the case. But yeah.
Yeah.
Japan is honestly a lovely country. It's just like, I feel like a lot of the more conservative parts of it are very much things I have disliking for, because if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know why.
yeah.
I'm not a very conservative person.
I think, like, considering how you are as a person, it's going to be difficult, like, in today's age, even with, like, changing, like, policies and everything around globally, like it'll always be difficult for you to find a place you'll be comfortable, because there will always be people to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that like maybe it's probably easy to say that like the general climate in the West is different in that sense. Like, obviously for me specifically, it's always going to be in some way difficult to find like a place
I feel
where I'm good,
like
completely fine.
Maybe it's more that you've actually found a place that accepts you in the West, whereas you haven't yet found that place in Japan. That might be a good point, actually, yeah. And like, I'm sure it took you a while to find it here too, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm not sure what to talk about next.
We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Food.
Oh, wow, already.
What's your favorite food?
I feel like I just my favorite food.
So what do you eat usually? What's like a normal meal for you?
You had katsudon right before we recorded.
I don't think that's a normal meal.
Yeah, I had katsudon right before we recorded. It is actually. It's not too rare. I actually get it relatively often. Like the thing is, I don't really cook for myself right now. So that means when I finish work, I either go to like a fast food restaurant really quick and eat something there, or I'll go to a combini and buy something, warm it up, and eat it at home.
So is cooking for yourself
usually a combini meal because it's like really late when I get home and I don't have the nerves to go to another
cook for yourself?
Like a fast food restaurant.
Or is it like still like fairly inexpensive to eat out?
It's pretty inexpensive to eat out, honestly. I pay like if you look after what you pay, it's 500 yen a meal
for each meal.
Honestly,
okay,
yeah,
well, not terrible.
So it's actually really good. I want to learn to cook for myself better because like it's a lot more healthy, of course, and everything. And
yeah,
I generally don't dislike cooking anyway. I just don't have the nerve to get it done now. So, yeah.
Yeah, in a new place especially. Like, just getting comfortable enough to go buy the ingredients. And, I don't know.
Yeah, and generally also be like, it's a share house. It's very awkward to use the kitchen while everyone's looking at you, because like people will always sit in the dining room because it's right next to the kitchen.
Yeah,
and people always sit there, play games or whatnot, and then cooking and like possibly fucking up or whatnot is
No,
like, obviously that's not a bad thing. But
you've got to show off. That's what you got to do.
yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I'm actually really interested in learning some Japanese cuisine.
yeah, it's really good. I
really
love
enjoy
Japanese
cooking.
cuisine. Yeah, I do as well. Honestly, like I've started working in a restaurant now.
Yeah,
And I'm mainly
Italian
working in the
restaurant,
kitchen right. Yeah, exactly. And I'm mainly working in the kitchen, and I get to kind of help cooking, I guess. I'm not really the one cooking myself, of course, because like I'm the chef.
Yeah.
But I'm the one like will cut stuff up. That sounds really bad. I'm the one that will prepare like the relatively easy things that don't really need much
precision.
we don't really need to be. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and that in itself actually was surprisingly cool and surprisingly nice. So I want to start cooking for myself again. I've done so for a bit at home, but not very long. So yeah.
I think I would quite like to work in food, possibly, if I went there. But I don't know if that's how easy that is. Or rather, how
really
hard.
depends. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, finding work here was really easy for me. It's all I obviously have an advantage because my Japanese is relatively decent. I can talk to people properly. So being like, I was accepted as like partially a waiter and partially a kitchen help. But a friend of mine who's Japanese was relatively bad, honestly. Pretty much got into a restaurant immediately. Like he's working at a curry place now. It's a different it's a different caliber from where I work because the place I work at is a genuine restaurant, not a fast food place or whatnot.
Yeah.
And what he works at is like a curry fast food thing. But it's still like somewhat along the same lines, I guess.
I feel like he might actually encounter more people.
Yeah, that absolutely. He does actually. He does definitely encounter more people, but it's also a lot more. The people that go there, I guess, are very different, and the people that work there are very different. Because like the climate there is very different from where I work, apparently. Because where I work, people have already known each other for a long time, and they don't generally just go with whatever comes along, because it's a more
stable,
quote unquote, higher class restaurant, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And they can't just take everything. Whereas a fast food restaurant is constantly in need of like people.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like how
rate.
you would work in a
much higher turnover rate.
Yeah, exactly, I guess. And it's kind of like how you would work at a McDonald's and like as like a helping out at a McDonald's or something like that, and helping out at like a proper restaurant in the West, maybe. Not quite the same because.
No, I feel like it's pretty similar. Like
yeah, it's definitely similar.
Like it's not a long-term job to work at a fast food restaurant unless you're like
absolutely not.
Well past 40. Like if you're already working in a fast food restaurant or like you're new to a workplace, new to a country or something, then fast food places can be like a good place to find jobs. But like people who are educated here who like their goal long term isn't to work in fast food.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very much a temporary
Whereas it's
thing.
like it's more acceptable to work in a quote unquote fancier restaurant for a longer
absolutely.
term.
It's
absolutely
like for sure. But yeah,
I think.
What else? Oh yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to change the topic.
Okay. I would never expect to do it, but I think these really tiny restaurants that kind of focus on just having a bar of people sitting in front of them as they cook, and then maybe a table or two. Working in a place like that sounds really cool.
It honestly does, because like there's a lot of communication involved in that one. A lot of people talking to you or whatnot. That sounds honestly cool. But I'm not sure if I'd be up to it.
Yeah, I would love to work in a place like Wagnaria.
Haven't seen
I haven't seen that show.
You mean where everybody's a psycho?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, would I be any different?
I hope so.
Probably not, no.
You're training to be a doctor or something, aren't you? I hope you're not a psycho. Anyway, what were you saying, Jonas?
I was going to go and move on to movies.
Yeah.
Yay!
Because one of the coolest things about Japan is that I get to watch movies in theaters.
Yeah, you can.
You don't get to watch.
You don't have to wait like 6 months to a year to watch an anime movie.
Yes, it's so good. I went to watch like 5 movies already. I think like 4. I went to watch a movie 4 times in the last month. Was it
Nice.
5? I went to watch Koi no Katachi twice. I went to watch
is it only twice?
Kizumonogatari 3. Yeah, only twice.
All right.
I went to watch it like once with Daza, like when he like the day after he arrived or something, like 2 days after that, I don't know. And I went to watch it 2 days ago because like it actually leaves theaters today,
All right.
sadly. So I'll have to buy the Blu-ray whenever that comes out. Probably.
We're gonna get a release in the summer apparently, like over here.
Oh, nice. I guess I'm moving to England next time.
I'll send you
Scotland
one.
rather not. But yeah, if you can go watch Koi no Katachi, you should definitely go watch it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's an absolutely incredible movie. I've rarely seen anything that is actually that's as good as it is.
It's such
So, yeah.
it's such a full experience. It's not like
Yeah.
you know Kevin. He's a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
He loves dissecting things and like figuring out
Mhm.
the different parts. But even he, like, probably before halfway through, I don't know, he completely stopped doing any of that and was just
yeah. I was
completely pulled in.
actually rereading Yamada interviews right before the show started to like kind of get into the feeling for it and everything. And it was just like I was 5 minutes into the movie and I had forgotten everything, which is just like holy shit, this is so good.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
And yet a new
It's-
KyoAni art style.
Mhm,
Or
sorry?
character design style.
Oh yeah. It's very different from
Yeah.
like usually, I guess. But
It's really nice.
who did it again? I'm not sure who designed it. Well, whatever. But it was very, very good. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I
Never seen
Seriously
anything quite
love
like
it.
it.
think the closest that comes to mind is Tamako Love Story,
I thought that's what you
but it's
said.
still a very different movie. Yeah, I love Tamako Love Story a lot. It's
It's really good.
a toss up between the two for my favorite movie of all time. So
Oh, okay.
third place is probably still Wolf Children.
Still haven't seen that.
But yeah, also it's a really, really good movie. It's awesome. It's like a lot like for Wolf Children, a lot of the like finding your place in the world part of Wolf Children
Oh,
that
yeah.
really connected with me. Like a lot of the time, it's a lot of people will love it for like the family themes, but
Mhm.
it's not really that did it for me. But Wolf Children is still one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's good to hear, actually.
Yeah. And then I watched Kizumonogatari 3.
So good! Well, I haven't seen 3, but, you know, it's more Kizu.
Yeah, it is incredible. Oishi is so fucking
Blows
talented.
me away.
I can't wait.
It blew me away when I
Yeah.
saw it. And also, those movies are
Yeah,
like made
same.
for theaters. They're made for cinemas.
For sure. Sure, they definitely are. The third movie is seeing the third movie on the big screen was incredible. I saw the first one on the big screen, the second one only on like a laptop screen, and the third one I saw in theaters again, and like the theaters version was infinitely
Yeah.
better.
I'm so glad that I waited to watch the first one until I got to see it SLA, so in cinema.
Yeah, I can
Because
imagine.
that opening scene especially, it's
I
incredible.
didn't get to watch that the first time around. Like when I saw that in theaters, I missed the first bit because the person I went with was late.
Oh, damn it.
So yeah, I know, right? So we were really fucking late on getting there, and was like I missed like the first 10 minutes of Kizumonogatari, which
That's
made me
like-
really mad. But yeah.
Some of my favorite stuff I've seen in ages. It comes into my
it's
head
really
every
good.
few days or more frequently.
Yeah, I rewatched the first movie before watching the third one, and it was super good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just in general, such a good movie. What else did I watch? I watched this In This Corner of the World, but I didn't understand it
I'm
as
curious about that.
well. It's a really good movie from what I've seen. I really like it. But my problem with it was that it's mainly in dialect. And since like it plays very close to Hiroshima, and the dialect there is very different from how people generally speak it, like quote unquote high Japanese. So it was very hard for me to understand in a lot of places.
I can imagine.
I generally understood what was going on, but like I lost a lot of details, sadly. And yeah, and that made me really sad because I feel like that's where the film's strongest points lie, honestly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to rewatching that whenever subs are out, or like the Blu-ray's out. Actually, not the Blu-ray, the subs for it. I'm not gonna watch it in Blu-ray because I won't understand it again.
You already paid to watch it once.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not that that's actually an excuse. Don't pirate, people. Please don't pirate. Pirating is bad.
Pirating is fine.
Go watch anime at crunchyroll.com/anime.
I've actually been so impressed with Crunchyroll recently. They have almost
Crunchyroll are the
everything
fucking best.
airing. Almost everything.
I mean, ever since they kind of they pretty much like
merged with Funimation.
Ever since they started working with Funimation, it's been amazing. Like,
it's brilliant.
Obviously, German Crunchyroll and everything is still not great, and I really still want to see German Crunchyroll grow. But like, I'm not sure how legal this is, but Crunchyroll and Blocker has been a fucking blessing for me.
Yeah.
Because I've been continually using it in Japan. Because
I wondered about that.
I don't.
Do you have like a UVPN?
Yeah, because it's the Chrome extension you can install, and you have access to the American Crunchyroll. Oh no, Crunchyroll and Blocker.
Okay. Dedicated one.
For Crunchyroll specifically, because like Hola and most VPNs are relatively dangerous.
Yeah, no,
people can
share your bandwidth.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very cautious on using them. Like Crunchyroll and Blocker is Crunchyroll specific, and it's very, very helpful. So yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like I've been using Crunchyroll mainly because I mean, there are streams here. It's like saying there's no streams in Japan is extremely wrong, but it's very how do you say this? There's a shit ton of streams, and like it's all
messy,
distributed to all of them. It's very messy, I guess. Yeah, and it's all, of course, without subtitles. So if I generally don't feel confident enough to watch it without subtitles, I'll always watch it on Crunchyroll because the subtitles are still there and everything. So yeah.
How's your like internet quality?
It depends on the time, because we're 30 people in the share house.
Oh, right.
And if I am the only one accessing the internet, it is absolutely brilliant. But if like 20 other people are home and watching things on I don't know, whatever fucking anime site they're watching things on, then I'm not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I have to watch like 360p, and occasionally it still lags, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. It's still better than like at home, because at home I was always watching on 360p, and it would never work even then.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can just imagine.
No, you're going to suffer so much when you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I lived in a 1,000 inhabitant village. What do you expect?
I think ours is even less than that.
Really?
Wow.
Holy shit. You have good internet? Wow. I hate you. Why is Germany so bad with this?
I don't know. You have like the best economy in the world.
Inefficient Germans.
Yeah, we have the best comedy, but we don't have fucking internet anywhere. I think they've put it into like the next goals or something. There.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up sometime.
Well, like
not that
Germany's like
there's
less
much anywhere
densely
right now.
populated in some areas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm in Scotland though.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're like 100
It's a
million
highland.
people in the
Populated.
entirety of the UK.
Is Scotland even populated, to be honest?
There are more people in London than there are in the entirety of Scotland.
Oh shit.
By a decent amount, I think.
It's like 20 million in
Oh
London.
wow.
Let me check.
To be fair, if it's 20 million in London, that's like a
no,
fourth
there's
of
only
Germany.
8.6. What was I thinking of?
8.6, and then Scotland has 5.3.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ, there are more
Shit.
people in my city.
Holy shit. Oh.
Actually, I think NYC has a higher population than London.
Probably.
Yeah, about the same.
Could be. Well, I'm not sure what to talk about otherwise. Like, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm not sure what
I mean,
else
you
is
haven't
really-
lived there so long that, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a month-ish?
It's a month. It's been like a bit more than a month now.
I'm sure we can have,
I
like,
moved here
updates.
on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna, like, if not, at least write on my blog or something about it.
Oh, yeah. Should
Maybe I'll
plug
talk
that.
about it here again, like if in like half. Exactly. I've started writing again, guys. I've released something like just yesterday, and I'm so proud of myself.
It'll be in the description.
It's about my. Yeah, yay.
I think it says
If we
check out
don't
Jonas's
forget
stuff.
that. Oh yeah, true. That exists. But yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Do we want to wrap it up already? Then?
I think
we're
that's good.
at 1.5.
That's a good length.
Yeah, probably.
Our podcasts are too long. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, we did earlier recommend podcasts that were like 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Oh my god.
And one of the next few ones is probably going to be split into 2 parts, and it's totally going to go into like 4 or 5 hours, right?
Pardon?
Planned. Anime of the year, it's probably going to be like 4 hours at least.
Brooke was wanting to do it as
Probably.
one podcast.
As one.
Because it's a
That's not
yearly
gonna
thing, it's
What?
fine in that
That's
case,
not gonna
apparently.
No one's going to fucking listen to that.
That's what I said.
People are going to see like 4 hours and they're not going
Maybe
to just
later.
be like, fuck off, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I'm not
Well.
sure. We'll figure it out. We need to plan this time, okay? We don't plan enough.
Yeah. Planning is hard.
Planning
Usually
is
you guys
hard.
plan
Especially when you have
while
people all over the fucking
podcasting.
world.
Yeah. I try to plan things, and then I either forget other specific things, or we don't get to use it.
The thing is, like, when I'm listening back to some of these podcasts, usually the ones I'm not on, there will always be at least 10 minutes dedicated to discussing what the podcast should do next. It's like, oh, we did this wrong, we should do this next time. Or like, oh, we're going to do this, but like, let's plan to do it this way.
And then we forget
I
that.
don't remember ever doing that.
Happens every single time. Pretty sure it happened at the beginning of this podcast too.
Did it? Oops. Anyway. So, check out Jonas's blog if you're interested.
Yay.
And also Twitter, actually. That's probably a good place
Yes.
to keep updated
Oh yeah.
on your adventures.
Yeah, I'm
Just know
tweeting a
that
lot,
if you
so
tweet at him, he will respond.
Probably.
like there's like a bunch of times where I won't if I have like a big tweet that like, gets responded to a
Yeah.
lot. Like for example, I tweeted like something yesterday and like had like 50 people respond to it. It wasn't even like
Damn.
and so that's when I don't respond. I generally
Lucky
do
if I get
respond a
one.
lot.
I'm not even joking. I have Twitter too, guys.
Oh, please. Compared to mine, yours is like a huge account. I have 50 followers.
I actually have like over 230 now, which I'm surprised by.
Yeah.
I still have no idea how the fuck I got to the point
crazy.
where I'm at now.
I think you have people from all
It
sorts of
is.
places. Like, because you have StarCraft as well.
Yeah, I have like StarCraft, I have like anime YouTube, I have anime blogging, I guess. Like I have a lot of different communities and that I kind of I'm relatively active in. But it's like, it still baffles me that I have that many people that are genuinely interested in like what I have to say on Twitter, because like I don't consider what I tweet honestly all that interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of like fangasming over things, a lot of whining about life and whatnot. So
personal opinions as well.
Personal opinions, a lot of them. A lot of ranting.
Yeah, definitely. People like that.
It's not as bad as it used to be. Not yet. It used to be worse. Oh well.
But yeah.
Let's wrap this up, I guess. So
thanks for listening.
I'm gonna steal your part.
Fine. I'll sit back.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Anime Rock podcast. Yay. I'm used to this. I've done podcasting for, I don't know, 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. I think
Shame
at least.
not on here.
Shame not on here. But yeah, thank you for listening to the Anime Abroad podcast. This has been episode. I don't know how fucking many episodes.
Don't say that.
45,
don't
right?
say a number.
It will come out soon.
It will come out exactly when you hear it.
This has been an Anime Abroad podcast episode.
Very accurate.
And yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm hoping to be on the podcast more often
Should be
again.
back for.
Glad to have a roommate that is actually okay with me doing these.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy I do.
Sit and watch Hunter x Hunter.
So yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next time. Hope you enjoyed listening to this, and bye.
Bye.
Yeah.